And we're back. And, oh, I just realized we have to go all the way back to the castle. I am Jordan.
Oh, dude, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We
Wait,
still have the flute, though.
Because we died, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I
we died.
Let's say it how it really is. I died.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. You are doing all the game playing. I'm just trying to help.
I died.
Yeah, let's stop by the fountain first.
And I think I'm gonna get a potion too before.
Yeah, sure.
And I probably need some bombs.
Yeah, because all of the enemies, they might have respawned. I think after you die, they will respawn.
Well,
I almost said respawned there for a second. You can only get potions from the old woman.
yeah, I remember. And there, she's over and down, isn't she?
Yeah. She's at the beginning of the Lost Woods.
Right.
So, what other game series did you not like that continued? I'm not saying that to be argumentative. I'm just.
No, you're not argumentative at all.
I'm actually just curious.
You know, I
think this was. Oh no, okay, it is potions.
and I don't
Nice.
have the money.
And we don't have it.
Other game series that continued that I didn't like.
Yeah.
You know, I was pretty picky about the games that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
I tended to play the same ones over and over. I would find a game, I would play it, beat it, and then try to beat my time.
Kind of like speedruns.
Kind of, yeah. And I never got as good at any of them as I was at Super Metroid. I was really, really good at that game. I could do it start to finish very, very quickly. Not like the way that you see some people in their YouTube videos, but
yeah,
I could do it pretty quickly. And I loved the ending of that game. I know some people didn't, but I loved the conclusion of that game. So I would play it to the point where I was ready to go into the hive section where all the Metroids were. And I would save it at that point. I wouldn't save my progress after finishing the game so that I could just play the ending over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So, but after that release of Metroid,
you have enough for your potion now.
I never liked any of the other releases. I never, the few that you've mentioned to me, the really new ones, I'd never even heard of them until, is it Metroid Prime?
Metroid Prime was the last one that was really successful, and then the last Metroid game that they made was Metroid Other M. That one, though, a lot of people hated, mainly because of the portrayal of Samus.
Yeah, didn't they change her?
They made her... oh, man.
Didn't they make her all weepy and pathetic?
Kind of, yeah, was what they did. Was kind of why a lot of people were like, wow, why? And... I mean, they also changed... namely, it was because of how, like, you have all your gear, but you can't use it yet because your ex-commander tells you when you can use it.
Like Samus would have given a shit.
Yeah. But to be fair, like, up until then, Samus never really had that much of a character, nor did she ever really talk. Now, she wouldn't shut the hell up because she had to narrate about anything. And it doesn't help that the voice that they gave her really made her sound like a little girl. Like, oh, I don't know. And then, especially given the fact that there's a cinematic, I didn't see it yet because I had quit playing the game after like some odd hours. There's a cinematic in the game that's supposed to be all about her character when Ridley comes back, and this is the third, fourth time that Ridley has come back after she has killed him multiple times.
How many lives does the dude have?
Well, they've cloned him or rebuilt him or whatever. We can make him better, stronger, faster, and well, she sees him and she panics. She sees him and she freezes in combat because she's so afraid of this guy that she's taken on single-handedly and killed several freaking times because, oh, well, she's just a weak little girl. For me, that's like, fuck you. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Now, and there were people who were, online people who were making counter arguments of like, oh, well, you just want her to be a badass stereotype. No, I don't. But to make her, somebody with daddy issues and shit like that, that's weak character development, is what that is.
Yeah, that's
Makes me angry. But and now my phone's going off.
dude.
I think there's something in there if you burn one of the green
burning
trees.
bush. Do you remember which one?
It might be the one on the bottom. The second one.
This?
Yeah. No.
I seriously just put a bomb on the bush. Oh, that was awesome. Okay,
I think
this
it's
one?
yeah, that one. I think. Yep.
Nice.
Is it money?
I
Yes, it is.
bombed the bush.
Bomb the shit out of that bush.
Oh my god! That was just... Okay.
That was hilarious.
Oh my god, she's so stupid. What the hell? Dude, pay attention to your screen. Oh my god.
God, see, this is why women can't play video games.
God.
See, this is why only people with penises should play video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Chill your balls, dude. It's a video game, and nobody cares.
Oh god. So anyway,
Yes.
we were discussing video game series that I hated.
Yes.
Because I am so resistant to change.
Mhm.
We'll say it nicely. There really aren't that many video game series that I have played.
Mhm. I don't
so-
think that you would like the Metroid Prime series. Then.
Because when you say there's a cinematic, you mean there's like a...
It's a little movie.
Yeah. I don't like that.
Well, that's
I-
how they do story now.
I know, and I totally understand that. I
Yeah.
do. And I don't know if it's because I grew up playing this kind of a game. Excuse me, but I really don't like that. I've seen it in games that other people have played. Hanging out with some of my other friends who really enjoy a lot of that kind of stuff, and I just don't. I find it annoying.
Mhm.
If I want to watch a movie, and this is me.
Yeah.
This is not, this is me, this is my preference, and if that's the kind of gaming that you like, that's great.
Yeah.
But if I want to watch a movie,
We'll
I'll
watch
turn
a
on a
movie.
freaking movie.
Yeah.
If I want to play, I'll play.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the
So-
thing about the cinematics is that a lot of the time they are skippable. It's when they're not that
Sure.
it just becomes annoying.
Yeah, and I mean if they're brief,
Mm-hmm.
and if they're perhaps
Long.
well, no, if they're brief, if they're interesting, if they do something to enhance the gameplay.
I'm surprised that your candle there didn't hurt him.
I didn't hit him with it. Oh, but then I hit myself with him.
Well, you did briefly touch it, but anyway.
So unless it really serves a purpose like that,
Yeah.
I find it annoying. And I don't want it in my game.
Yeah. Well, and there are some games that are able to do that properly. I mean, like, with Metroid Prime, the cinematics in them, they are very brief, and they're there to establish, like, oh, you walked out into this whole new world, and here's, you know, this sort of quick little landscape view, look at it, and then, you know, and then just back to the game. Or it's to establish that you're in a boss fight now, and here's this quick look at this boss, okay, and back to the game. You know, it's just meant for that. But I don't think that you'd like it because Prime did it where the new game mechanic for it is that it's a first-person shooter style. Yeah, and when I first heard that, oh, that they're doing the new Metroid like that, like, how's that gonna work? But they made it work very well. So well that that was what made Metroid really popular, actually, because that was the game series that continued on. Like, I think, like, maybe the following year, or maybe even 2 years, they did Metroid Prime 2, and then later Metroid Prime 3. But then it had a falling off point, and then you didn't hear anything about it for another couple of years until Other M. And that one had a lot of... There were a lot of mixed opinions, and then there were a lot of other people who said, I really hate it because of the character portrayal that they did for Samus, which was the first one, and nobody liked it. And it was especially shocking to me because I thought the story was being written by the same... because it was developed by a company named Team Ninja, who are primarily known for doing fighting games and such, and are also very well known for exploiting their female characters, you know, where they show off a lot of skin, you know, and they're being, you know, overly sexual a lot of the time. You know, and so my friends and I, we thought, oh, well, maybe that's why Samus's character is the way she is, because it's done by Team Ninja. That was not actually true. The story was written by the guy who originally created the Zelda series. So the person to blame for that is him, which is kind of shocking. It's like, really? The guy who started doing the series? Wow, okay. But it's also, like, it's a different culture. But still, it's like, no, that sucks. Flute time! That was so damn easy.
Ew. That's easier than killing the stupid blue things.
Yeah. Fifth Triforce.
And it only took me an hour and however many minutes.
It's okay.